together with Pitbull West Coast. Introducing first in the blue corner, representing LD Fighters with a record of 4 wins against 3 losses. Make some noise for Daryl Grant! And now introducing in the red corner, representing the MMA Academy Liverpool and IPC Wrexham with a record of 10 and 3. He's back, it's Aaron Abbey! Your referee in charge is Science.
Well, our main event couldn't have a better feel to it. Aaron Abbey coming back to the cage for the first time since the 23rd of September 2017.
Oh my goodness, Steve, what a moment that was. I had to hold back the tears there as Aaron got in the cage.
And it starts straight away, and Aaron straight in on the takedown.
Daryl Grant, though, well versed, he's an exciting fighter himself, got some submission finishes in there. And this is not an easy fight for Aaron Abbey to step back into. 2 years out of the cage, not just that, 2 years fighting the hardest battle of his life. Stage 3 cancer, getting the clear on March 7th, and somehow in 8 months, Steve, he's defied all the odds, as he always does, as he has done throughout his life. Aaron Abbey is back in the cage competing.
I mean, I almost just want to sit here and watch and not talk over it. We've seen Aaron Abbey before. We know what he's capable of in the cage. As a matter of fact, before his forced retirement, he was on a 3-fight win streak, doing really well with a large promotion. And here he is, as you say, 2.5 years later.
And he looks in fantastic shape as well here. Not only we're talking about the cancer he's dealt with, but this is a young man who's got cystic fibrosis as well. He's been an advocate for them. Read us fly the flag and prove what is possible. And he said that to me. He taught me through his mental state throughout that process. And it's been drilled into him by his friends and his family, his mum, his dad, his uncle. They weren't going to give him, let him live a life that was defined by cystic fibrosis. And they built something in him, a fire in his belly, and that fire is what saw him through the cancer, and it's also what has seen him determined to make this walk back to the cage here tonight.
Daryl Grant there throwing some hard elbows from the bottom.
Tough elbows, yeah.
He hasn't read the script.
Well, I spoke to him as well, because I said this must be difficult, because it's almost a lose-lose, isn't it? You step in here, and if you beat Aaron Abbey, then you spoil the party. But he said, look, he is and was one of the best flyweights. He's on that 3-fight win streak, including wins over the likes of Conor, Hignett, Danny Missin. And he said, this is a great fight. Take all that away. And he's got such admiration for what Abbey has overcome throughout his life, and in particular the last few years. But he said, this is a dream fight at this weight class for him.
Well, all of the LD fighters are tough as nails. We saw our teammate Craig Thundercat step into the octagon on short notice. All over the southern regional scene is LD MMA. So we know these guys have some talent.
Yeah, and look at that. He's got a great ground game as well, Daryl Grant. Looking to throw up those submission attempts, always trying to trap that arm, trying to do that, but Abbey just staying heavy with the pressure, pushing him back into his corner. And let's give a shout out to the corner, because Steve Nightingale, Jason Tan, Lawrence Fitzpatrick there, they've all helped Aaron get ready for this. And one of the moments Steve told me last night in the car was obviously they were wary about sparring with him just because the testicular cancer spread to the stomach, so they were worried about hitting him. But Steve had a conversation with Aaron's dad, and Aaron's dad and his mum and his family are absolute heroes to me. But they said, you need to do it. You need to find out if he's ready. So Steve had to wrap up the gloves, go in there, and he said as soon as he'd done one round with him, he knew he was ready. So hats off to him as well.
Finding that posture now, Abbey. Grant was working so well from his back.
And Grant, let's look at his journey in mixed martial arts as well. He started as Taekwondo to begin with, but then he took a break, he's throwing up that armbar again. Now looking for the triangle, but his arm's not in there. Abbey should be able to pull his head out if he turns that corner.
Nice.
And there you go, listen.
Was that a little smile as he popped his head out?
I would dare say he's enjoying this. I was about to say about Daryl Grant, he fought at 74 kilograms to start with, and he's worked his way down 5 weight classes to a very handy flyweight. And AB still very good top position, staying in control. And this was a real trait of his in that March in his 3-fight win streak, maybe more than that before this.
Looking to go body, head there. Staying busy on top. But Daryl Grant, like we keep saying, not here to make up the numbers, looking to improve position off the bottom.
And he's an exciting fighter as well, Steve. He lives by the sword, dies by the sword. He's got a lot of finish. He's been finished as well. Not an easy fight for AB to come back to. And Daryl has done very well to avoid a lot of damage. Yes, he's been on the bottom, but not much damage coming from Aaron AB. But round 1 in the books, a round that many didn't think were possible. We didn't even think this young man at some point would be stood there, and I can't stress how badly that is the case. He was very, very ill at one point, down to 47 kilograms, Steve. But you and I both know, we've been to these shows where, while he's been going through treatment, chemotherapy, and all the physical and mental stress of that issue, he's been here at every show, and each time we've seen it, I've never not seen him with a smile on his face.
He has arguably the most positive mindset I have ever encountered in a human being. And that's not hyperbole.
Listen, when I grow up, I want to be like Aaron AB. That is the truth.
If my boy who's sitting cage side grows up to be 1/3 of the man that Aaron AB has grown up to be, I'll be the proudest dad in the world.
Still feels fairly surreal, this moment, Steve, but what we are set to see is round number 2 of the return of Aaron AB. Daryl Grant in that blue corner did very well to avoid a lot of that damage. Now what adjustments can he make? But look at the shape AB is in. And like I said, he came out of treatment on the 7th of March, got the all clear, was in physio with his physiotherapist Victoria, doing basic breathing and stretching movement exercises, and within a couple of months he'd surpassed anybody who'd gone through the same recovery. Nice body kick there though.
Yeah, Daryl Grant starting to put little combinations together there. AB in on the takedown.
Oh, and Daryl Grant really is showing that this is...
Yeah, he wants this.
Looking for the switch there as well, feeding that arm behind AB, trying to turn him over. Almost gets it.
Oh,
nice elbows to the side there, big. Big shots
Aaron
there.
had to readjust there to stop eating those elbows. Trying to keep control of that wrist. Oh, he's kneeling on the wrist and then elbow in the shoulder. That's horrible.
And he's going for that switch again, Steve, see if he can turn Aaron over and end up on top. Aaron hanging on. Daryl's doing extremely well in this round, fighting the takedown, but not just that, Steve, causing damage as well.
Absolutely. Every chance he gets to throw in those elbows, he throws in. You can see Aaron having to cover up there now. Can't just... But relentless on the takedown attempt.
And those elbows, and you can see there's blood there on the side of the head. That cut was opened up actually at the end of the first round, but Daryl Grant doing some good work against that. Oh,
nice,
he looks strong as well, Grant. He really has got a lot of power here, but Aaron AB, relentless with this, but he's eating shots while he's trying for this takedown.
Yeah, can't just keep eating these.
Oh, more shots on the inside now. AB needs to lock his hands together. He needs to pull those legs together, because at the minute, Daryl's base is just too strong, and you can see that.
Every time he changes sides, though, so does Daryl, and throws in those elbows. And I mean, Aaron.
And now he's got hold of that angle. He's trying to turn it over, but Darren might be able to lock up like a crucifix position here.
Relentless on the takedown attempt, but has it taken a little bit out of him?
Oh, he's rolling over now, this Daryl Grant.
Yeah, Daryl Grant just chipping away.
And chipping away is the perfect term there, Steve. As you can see, just short shots, elbows whenever he can find space. And this is bloodying up Aaron AB, ringing the bell of him. He needs to disengage and reset, but Now Grant trying to switch that blood though, making him very slick.
And the thing about it, Aaron Abbey, is there ain't going to be 1 ounce of quit in him. None whatsoever.
He proved that outside the cage. There was moments where he was offered end-of-life care, that sort of thing. Those sort of sentences were said to him. And here he is, Steve.
Competing.
He might be bloodied. He might be coming up against somebody who's looking to spoil the party. But he is here.
And he's competing. Aaron trying to stay sticky. Just can't keep.
And this is going to take a lot out of Aaron now. These will be big breaths.
In the half guard. Starting to look to throw that elbow, pin that arm in.
And he's controlling it. He's trying to lock up the choke here now, Steve.
Those short elbows keep falling in.
And the referee looking for him to do more now. Aaron responds. But this is a really impressive second round here from Daryl Grant.
It's a 10-8 round all day for me.
And now Aaron Abbey finds a way to turn into him, but still the top pressure coming from Daryl. Now looking for that sweep.
Aaron's turtling up now, still hunting that.
Grant just looks a lot stronger than him, that's all.
Those elbows dropping in, but Aaron's just not giving up at all on this takedown.
No, this is the heart of a lion.
Still that grind up against the cage.
And now he's got to be careful of his neck here. He has to be careful of his neck. He's dropped and rolled, done the right thing, but he had to give up this position to survive that one.
Now the crucifix arm, but Aaron trying to turn. Beautiful. I mean, the word quit.
Wow.
He just doesn't understand what it means.
And Daryl is now trying to readjust. He's got that. He's trying to take his back with 10 seconds left in what had been a torrid round for Aaron Abbey.
Aaron ends the round on top, but ends the round eating some hard elbows from the bottom.
But he is still in this. And that could be a 10-8 round there.
Yeah, hard not to be. I think
referee communicate with Aaron. What you saw was a response every single time. When he said, show me something, he moved. He improved his position. And although that led to another great position from Daryl, he's done extremely well, I think, the referee in keeping this fight honest and going. But Daryl Grant, a fantastic second round there, Steve. A lot of control, and those short shots, like you said, chipping away.
Just constant pressure. And Abbey's pushing forward, but can't find the end of the takedown. Can't find that bit of position at the end.
And you see some intense cornering there from Steve Nightingale. You've got Loz Fitzpatrick, Jason Tan there. And Daryl Grant's corner will be extremely happy. Lionsden coming out roaring in that second round.
You'd never say this to Aaron before the fight. Simply the fact he's in it.
This is win-win. I spoke to some of his friends and family. I asked them if they were nervous. They said, no, it's a win-win. He's here. He's doing what he loves. He's making that walk. He's doing the impossible again, Steve.
On that, trying to clench those fingers together.
This time he's got his hands
hips.
together. He's gone high up, though.
Great takedown defense just by bringing that knee up the middle.
And now again he's blocking his hands. Can Aaron Abbey dig deep? He's going for that switch again. Look at that on the outside there. Daryl Grant has fed that left hand under the left thigh. And now he's flattening him out. He just looks a lot bigger, a lot heavier. I believe he missed weight yesterday. So maybe coming in here a lot heavier. Aaron Abbey does not cut weight. He cannot cut weight because of his cystic fibrosis. He's tried it before, but when you deplete yourself of fluid, that causes problems with the respiratory system. And I believe he only cut like £1, £2 just to see what it was like, and he had some issues off of that. So he eats on the way to the weigh-ins. He has to do that. So Daryl Grant could be coming in here at a couple of kilograms, but now we've got Abbey, round 3 on top.
But it's Daryl throwing those elbows from the bottom, not giving Abbey any chance to set. Abbey has the position, keep it even in terms of damage from this position.
But he's got the main thing is, compared to the second round, he has got him on his back. It was impossible, it seemed, but he's dug deep and he's managed to get in there. Like you said, shots coming from every angle from Daryl Grant.
Elbow to the shoulders. Aaron chipping away as well. But again, there's just no let-up for AB, even in top, as he's trying to consolidate position, get to a better one.
But his head position is good this time. Driving in against the fence. Got to be careful. Grant is going to try and use that sweep, get that butterfly hook in, but AB's done well.
Keeps throwing those elbows from everywhere, every which way. Aaron controlling right up in front of us here.
And now getting some shots off. Good head position again. Daryl trying to use the cage. He might look to buck here. Oh, another big elbow from the bottom though.
And both these fighters giving it their all thus far.
Well, this is the main event, and it has really claimed that, not just the story behind it, but the fight that they are both putting. They showed more elbows from Daryl Grant on the bottom.
Aaron just keeps working, keeps embracing the grind.
Oh, Grant looking for the sweep. AB managing to stay on top.
Oh, is he? Yeah, giving up on the butterflies now.
He's trying to just throw some more shots, but AB still digging in.
Are we going to see perhaps it looks like he's maybe was tempted to bring that guard up really high for a moment. I thought we were...
It's going to be difficult. They're so slick as well now to lock something up, because that's so viscous, that blood with the sweat.
Maybe postures up and then lands a shot, but ends right back into that.
And I mean, this is going to be an interesting one to score. AB's had that top position, getting shots in. But Grant as well, off the bottom, still causing damage. Looking at his corner there. Possibly a 10-8 in the second. Depending on how they score, we may even see a draw here, Stephen.
AB continuing to work to look for position.
And welcome back to mixed martial arts, painting the canvas here. The red, white and blue turning more into red.
Absolutely. Still working to try and improve position. Just refuses to stop working, does Aaron AB.
And that is the trait that has seen him through. And my goodness, when I talked to some of the other people around him, they said there was some tentativeness, there was some concern about him coming back. But then his mom and dad said, well, the thing that got him through the cancer is that tenacious, never give up attitude. And that's the thing, the reason, the drive he's got here. So if you try and take that out of him, that's the thing that saved him, Stephen. You can't put that fire out. You can't quash that. And I've got to say, I am so proud of every member of that family. Unfortunately, the surgeon couldn't be here. The cancer doctor and his nurse Jan, who I've heard so much about. And Jan, whenever I meet you,
AB getting some posture, looking to try and finish with a bit of a flurry and win, lose, draw, whatever. Aaron AB is the biggest winner I know.
Oh my goodness. What a special, special night. What a fight. Look at there, Daryl Grant covered in blood.
None of it is.
And that is a spectacular fight, and what a welcome back. My goodness.
Well, it's the final fight of the evening. Couldn't think of a more fitting athlete to cap the evening off than the amazing Aaron AB. We are now waiting for our judge's decision, and Mr. Brian Lacey will step into the cage for one last time and make this one official. We'll give a quick shout out to our long-term sponsors here: Miller City Cars, Empire Grappling, Mountain Video, and of course, Pitbull West Coast. Thank you for your continued sponsor of the United Kingdom Fighting Championships. Corners are in now. Brian Lacey has been given the result. So for Brian, for Jay Furness, myself, and everybody here at the UK Fighting Championships, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is for our MC for the evening, Brian Lacey, to wrap up our main event. Thank you for joining us. It's been a fantastic night of fights.
After 3 5-minute rounds, this has gone to the judges' scorecards. The judges have scored it a majority draw. Give it up for both Aaron Avey and Daryl Grant. I'm going to speak to you first, Daryl. What a fight, what a back and forth war. Very exciting stuff. You showed such respect for Aaron. Well, I told you about the journey he's been on, but you put on one hell of a fight. How happy are you in that fight and getting the opportunity to share the cage with such a man like this?
Nothing but respect to Aaron. He's got one of the best skill sets. That's why I wanted to fight him. One of the best in the UK before he can stop for a couple of years. So it's good to get back in there with him. So just unlucky I didn't get the win. A few things I'd like to have done a bit different, but it's great.
It was a fantastic performance, so ladies and gentlemen, give it one more time for Daryl Grant. Welcome back to mixed martial arts. It has been one hell of a journey, that was one hell of a fight. All these people around you have been part of this. I know this is deep breaths and that it was a tough fight, but just sum up what that felt like to get back in the cage and to do what you love.
First of all, when I was out, people dream of me coming back in the cage and getting interviewed by Joe Rogan, but fuck Joe Rogan, Brian Mason.
Listen, fuck George Masvidal because we have the BMF right here, I believe that, my friends. That fight was so difficult, but it wasn't about the fight. This really wasn't. We all know the story. We've seen what you've been through. You've been through some very dark times. You talked to me about your family, your friends, the nurses, the doctors that couldn't be here tonight. What do you want to say to them? Because they're part of this journey as well, and just the love and support you can feel. This is amazing.
I wanted the fight tonight to represent my life. I didn't want an easy fight. I wanted a 3-round war. I got a 3-round war. I wanted to win, but the journey I've been on, what I've lost, has been taken away from me. What I make up for is heart, and I will never be broken, and you can never break something out of the heart. What I've lost is lung function, what I've lost in weight, what's been taken away from me, not being able to be a dad, I make up for with these people around me, with my family, with my friends, my teammates. And I'll never be broken. Even though I might be a little bit broken man, I believe that broken people can fix the world. And my aim is to give people hope. And there's 3 people here tonight. Amy, who's beaten cancer. David, who's beaten cancer and cystic fibrosis. And there's a young child called Cade, with cystic fibrosis. Who's here tonight. And I aim to inspire people and inspire them. And I'm gutted that this event isn't a draw, but my life's always tough, and it ain't ever going to be perfect, but I'll never be broken, and I'll keep giving people hope, and that's my aim. And I just want to thank my teammates, my coaches, my family, my friends, my doctors. I couldn't do without them, and because of the way I've been brought up, I want that fight and this journey back to epitomise me. So maybe a draw is a way to win.
Well, those words cannot be beaten, nor could you. It is an honour. I have been around the world and done this. That is the most special moment I've ever felt. I'm proud to call you a friend. I'm proud of every single one of these people you. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. The return